Rolling.
Cool. I don't know how to do this.
Give it up for my girl, Fallon Taylor.
Here we go.
The 2014 champion of the world on BABYFLO.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations, world champion.
Today is a different type of situation. I got super inspired, and I'm trying to make this like not a dark vlog, but I feel like me being such a wildly optimistic person can sometimes discourage people from their goals and dreams, which is the opposite of what I would ever want to do for anyone. But I feel like being all rainbows and cherries can sometimes, like, I don't know, just give people the illusion that they have so much to overcome that they could never, ever accomplish any really cool things in their life. So this is a little dark, but it does have a happy ending, so stick with me. All of the cool things that have happened in my life happened because of all the horrendously bad things that have ever happened in my life. And I am not into attention-seeking, self-serving pity parties. So this is not one of those. But I got inspired by the 10-year challenge photos that every single person went to post. And I was like, oh my God, it's been 10 years since I broke my neck in 2009. And there has been so many new followers of mine on Instagram, on YouTube, I used to wear mismatched gloves on YouTube and give barrel lessons about certain things. And now it's completely different. So I just thought, that many people that have come on to support me and BABYFLO and my friends and my businesses and all the different things, like, you really don't know how far we've come. Like, maybe you don't know the entire story. And so I figured, let's tell it today. So my gig on YouTube was selling horses, and I loved doing that, and I loved training horses for other people. And I had given up on my entire career. I thought I was a washed up has-been. I had been to the NFR 4 times. And in 1998, I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I think I want to go be a model in New York. I got an offer to go, and I changed my whole life, and I dropped everything and turned my horses out in the pasture and told my mom and dad at 17 that I was moving to New York City. And I did, and I got an amazing contract with an agency and began doing some really cool shows and some cool commercial work and some editorial work. And it was amazing, but it definitely wasn't where my heart was at, but it did culturally teach me a lot. And I was very excited to do that and to have my family's support in doing that. And several years went by. In the PRCA or the WPRA, you have what's called the Sports News. So it's a magazine that comes out every month to tell you what rodeos are coming. And so I just started getting really down on myself as I saw the new names coming into the sport. And so I canceled my subscription to every single publication, rodeo publication. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want it to get in my mail. I didn't want it to get in my head. And I just kept my head down, just trying to pay my bills and training horses for other people. And then it got really busy to the point that I was working myself around the clock. I was working my staff around the clock, and I was obsessed with it, and I wouldn't stop training horses. And I had no real end goal in mind other than just trying to make ends meet. And that is when my life changed forever. In 2009, on August 8th, broke my neck. I broke my C2, had an odontoid fracture, which is the bone that makes you able to look left to right. I was paralyzed when I hit the ground, and then luckily was not paralyzed for very long. I had 4 skull fractures, and here are the 2 screw holes where the screws went in my head. Sorry.
Since I'm still recovering from a broken neck, I figured I would take some time, answer some questions that I get a lot from YouTube.
I hope I'm a testament to the people that are going through different things, going through injuries and trying to survive through something traumatic, that you can make a really great comeback.
the last thing I would want this video to be is some like, I mean, I know that I could be thought of as attention seeking because I like to do things for entertainment. That's cool with me, but I don't like the pity party thing because so many people are amputees or born with disabilities or have had their house burned down or something crazy. So just know that I know this. Every single person has a story, and this is mine. And it doesn't mean that yours is any less significant than mine is. I'm going to try to get my crap together and just tell you about my story. I was a workaholic and then broke my neck. And I think that when I was in the hospital and understood that I had a very small chance to walk and talk, much less to be able to ride. I was told to never ride again. I know a lot of people have heard that kind of diagnosis, and I totally feel you. But this goes out to the person maybe that hasn't had anything happen to them. Maybe they have had a great life. Maybe they're just not reaching as far as they could. Let me talk to you for a minute. The reason I believe that I had this happen was because I needed to be shown that there was more to live for than get up, pay my bills, hustle hard, and do it again. And that maybe somewhere that if I would be trusted with this responsibility of this injury, which I think it's an honor to have this kind of responsibility to be able to tell people about it, then I needed to do something major with it. I'm not a first responder. I'm not saving children from a burning building. I'm not a neurosurgeon saving lives. I'm just a girl with a horse. And I think that I wanted to tell you this story because sometimes a girl with a horse from a small town is plenty good enough to be able to inspire people to reach their dreams for no other reason other than just to try to make just a small part of the world a better place. And I think that the reason that I got hurt is irrelevant, but what I do with it means the world to me. So living in a halo wasn't fun. Not being able to walk or be stared at in places with this big giant thing on my head wasn't fun. My mom had these framed for me. This is what I had to wear on my chest in case of emergency, which is really bizarre to me, but these were the things that would unscrew the halo hole, and in case of emergency, I don't know what kind of emergency you could be in that you decide you need to disassemble your halo. Ironically, it was around that time that Beyonce came out with the song Halo, and I love Beyonce, and I just hate that song because of that. I'm sharing this story for this reason. I don't know what your limitations are, but I know you've got them. I don't know what your financial limitations are, but I know you've got them. I don't know what kind of support you don't have, but I've been there. I don't know what is keeping you from not just waking up, paying your bills, going to sleep again, and hustling as hard as you can and trying to figure out why it is that you're on this planet. But I know that I suffered from the same thing, and I believe this. God first throws you a pebble, and then he throws you a boulder. And the reason I know this is because I got little hints along the way to slow down, to get it together, to figure it out, to do something that was more fulfilling. And I didn't do it, and I got stopped in my tracks. And the other part of that story is that success does not mean fulfillment. And I tell people all the time, the credibility that you're looking for people to give you or the people that you're looking to prove wrong, I love that you have that fire in your belly for that. Those people are never going to see your side. They're always going to think you're the bad guy. They're never going to give you the kudos that you deserve. They're never going to say thanks for looking out. They're never going to do that. The people that love you are always going to love you. The people that don't always won't. But through finding my fulfillment, I got really cool prizes along the way. And prizes are great. Gold buckle, horse of the year, a really cool horse, really cool business. Those are really great. But when I lay my head down at night, I want to know that I'm being fulfilled and that I'm making my little tiny part of this world, the 120,000 people that watch me on YouTube, maybe today one of them will feel like reaching out to me saying I changed their life. And that's the cool part, because I know that we all have a story of some sort. And you don't have to share it with me, and you don't have to get intimate details, but I just want to tell you all the things that I went through with that, not all the things, but that's just scratching the surface of what I went through, coming back from injury, not being able to like know what it is that I was doing, feeling like Ricky Bobby, riding really slowly, being not good, thinking, going from being this NFR superstar to a person that couldn't even lope a circle is pretty mind-blowing and really hard to get through. And that fear, if you've ever experienced a fear like that, like, it's paralyzing. So I think we wanted to make this vlog, and I wanted to put myself through the torture of living through this moment to say, every year when people ask me why I'm not at the NFR, or why I'm not doing this, or why I'm not doing that thing, direct them to this vlog and let them know. When I'm looking for fulfillment, and when I'm looking for something that will change people's lives, sometimes it requires me taking 3 steps back from my own thing, and that's okay. And if I go back to the NFR, that's amazing, because I'm damn sure going to give it a try at some point. But I think the accomplishments are really cool, but the fulfillment is the part that will stay around forever, long after I'm gone. And I think that's way, way cooler. You inspired to do something?